Aha! Hello, gobble gobble, greetings everyone, and welcome to this Thanksgiving edition of Don Hammond's Arlington Weekly News. I'm Craig Nolan. Thanks for joining us. Sorry.
It's okay. I'm Miriam Gennari. Thanks for being here.
Good to have you here. Thanks for sitting in,
Happy to.
Miriam.
Happy to.
Several key players are on assignment, as they say, doing other things, worthwhile things, we're sure, and they'll be back sometime later on.
But not before Thanksgiving.
But not before Thanksgiving, so that's why we're here giving you our Thanksgiving rundown. Here's the rundown sheet as it looks right now. News and CBB, and our guest EBG sit-in tonight, Miriam, is reading EBG, and we have another installment of It's Easy Being Green. You've been waiting to do that all week.
Oh, I've been. I just sit in the wings waiting for the chance.
You sound pretty good. CBB, as I may or may not have mentioned, roll in. And Denise is also on assignment or working somewhere else this week. So Cam, our awesome character generator and teleprompter operator back there in the control room, is sitting in tonight doing a review of A Chorus Line, our News for Senior segment. And then, you know what?
It's time for the Sustainable Scoop.
Our SS Scoop is this week.
That's right.
Do you know what it is?
Yeah, I do.
Tell us about it.
New company called Flair Transport, talking about the future of transport in Arlington.
I like it.
Maybe.
Flair Transport.
Yeah.
I like it. Sounds good. Okay, here we go. News item number 1. Well, yes, it is really that cold out there, and some Arlingtonians are really bothered by the recent cold weather snap that we've been having here. Others simply say, well, what do you expect? It's November. However, for this particular November, it really has been unusually cold. Tracking the daily high temperatures from 2005, take 2, from zip code 22205. From that zip code shows that the daily highs only exceeded November normal average of 59 degrees on 2 days. There was one day on which the average was equaled. Every other day has been colder, and the rest of the month is expected to be more of the same. The monthly average for this November is expected to be about 7 degrees below normal. So get ready, bundle up, get those winter coats ready. Miriam.
Yeah, my mom always said, no bad weather, just bad clothes. A few hours after Glebe Road reopened to traffic last Thursday after a water main break near Chain Bridge, another water main rupture occurred. The effect was not as severe as those resulting from the first break, but the westbound lanes of Lee Highway had to be closed from Glebe Road to North Buchanan Street. As with the previous break, there were no reports of injuries or fatalities. Traffic has since been restored. An Arlington Patch article noted that Glebe Road is technically a state route, and that is true. However, if you look at your water and sewer bill, your payments are made payable to the treasurer of Arlington County. Craig?
That's right. Also in our news, on a more positive note, the Columbia Pike Artist Studio held their annual open house last Saturday and Sunday. At the opening on November 16, County Board member Libby Garvey made the opening speech expressing the good wishes of all the members of the County Board. This was a special event marking the studio's 30th anniversary, and it featured a variety of works by 26 local artists. The artistic styles ranged from fine art to sculpture, from impressionistic to abstract, with plenty of other approaches in between. For more information about the Columbia Pike Artist Studio, you can visit their website. Are you ready now? Here we go. Columbia Pike Artists Studio, all one word, .org. And they're doing great things down there, so give them a look.
Super cool.
Miriam.
Absolutely. Thanks, Craig. Here's some news that'll probably bring you some mixed emotions. Nearly 20 years of serving coffee from a location a couple blocks from the Arlington Independent Media Station, the Java Shack has announced that they'll be closing. However, the news is not all bad for coffee lovers because the space will be taken over by another coffee company called Sweet Science. The new occupant's website refers to the chemical composition of coffee and the art of brewing, hence the name Sweet Science. However, older sporting enthusiasts will recall that the term Sweet Science also referred to another activity, boxing. If you prefer, fisticuffs. In boxing prelance, the Sweet Science refers to the art of hitting your opponent while preventing your opponent from hitting you. When the new establishment opens later on, you may still want to keep your guard up. But don't forget, move your head.
Move your head
Craig.
just a little bit.
Don't get hit by bad coffee.
One side or the other. All right. Thank you, Miriam. And we'll be back with our CBB Community Bulletin Board file right after Miriam does a little sit-in work over there, a little guest spot over there for our EBG segment. Are you ready for another installment of...
It's easy being green. Yeah, but I'm not sure if I'm doing it or if it's going to get rolled in.
Is it a roll-in or is she doing it right here in the studio? I see it on the prompter there.
It's easy being green. Before going further with this week's presentation, we would like to clear up some matters that have been brought to our attention. First, for last week's show, Joe Treefrog was supposedly flanked by a pair of turkeys. We have since verified that these two were in fact imposters. They were actually a pair of roosters who were posing as turkeys. Their alibi was that it is difficult to convince turkeys to appear in public at this time of year due to their seasonal vulnerability. However, we have since obtained the services of one brave soul who assures us that he is, in fact, an actual turkey. We apologize for any confusion that may have arisen. Second, we have received from Adele Quo some photographs of decoratively arranged skulls. However, viewers should rest assured that Adele is still alive and in her usual good health. She is expected to return to Easy Being Green in early December. Meanwhile, there is some encouraging news for trees. According to a front-page article in the Sun-Gazette, Arlington County Board members will once more ask the General Assembly in Virginia for more powers to help them protect trees within county borders. It is believed by some that the passing of control of both General Assembly houses to Democrats will increase the likelihood of this request being granted. General Assembly members will convene on January 8, 2020, and are expected to be in session for 60 days. There are a number of other policy proposals being offered, but things like affordable housing and gun control are of little interest to most trees. The article did not mention any protections being sought for weeds, shrubs, grasses, or flowers. It looks like all of you non-tree plants are still pretty much on your own. Legumes, grapes, and other edibles are still in an apparently precarious situation. It's not always easy being green.
Oh, very nice.
Very good. Very good. Thank you. Thank you for that
Thanks,
report.
Hef.
I agree.
For that installment of EBG. Here we go, as promised now, our CBB, Community Bulletin Board file. Well, this time of year is usually associated with ice skating, but we have a different kind of skating for you in this event. Is a fun-filled night of roller skating, featuring skating, live DJs, bounce houses, and more. This event is fun for the whole family. It's also a great excuse to break out the old disco clothes and embarrass your kids. Entry is $2, not bad, and skate rentals are $3. You are allowed to bring your own skates, however, if you have any. This event is coming up on Saturday, no date, they're just Saturday, 6:30 to 9 at TJ Thomas Jefferson Community Center this Saturday. Fitness Center, they're located at 3501 2nd Street South. Miriam.
Great activity on those winter days when you want to get the kids outside.
Get your troubles away.
Exactly. And now, essential oils have been the rage for the past couple years. But what exactly are they? If you're asking that question, then this event is for you. Learn what they are, how they work, and how to use them. Also, you can learn how to make them in this information session hosted by doTERRA's Marcy Dodd. You'll even get to take home your own sample to try. This is happening on Tuesday, December 3rd from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Langston Brown Community Center and Park, 2121 North Culpeper Street. Registration is required. Register online or call 703-228-6300. Craig?
All right, Miriam Also in our CBB file. Anybody looking to add a crafty twist to their holiday decorations? Heads up, this one's for you. You can learn how to make mini hat ornaments out of yarn with this event. All supplies will be provided and all experience levels are welcome, so come on down. This is taking place on Tuesday, December 3rd from 7 to 8 p.m. Longfellow Room at Westover Branch Library, 1644 North McKinley Road. Register online by searching Yarn Hat Ornaments on library.arlingtonva.us. Miriam.
As you said, Craig, with the temperature dropping so rapidly,
baby,
it's important to stay warm. That's right. With this event, you'll learn that you can make your own warm accessories to wear throughout the season. There will also be a clothing drive to collect winter accessories for a span. So bring your unused items and make an additional one for yourself at this event. This is happening on Wednesday, December 4th from 6 to 8:30 p.m. at the Central Library at 1015 North Quincy Street. Registration is online and at www.eventbrite.com. And thanks to Jordan Korsharski for this wonderful week of CBB stories. We really do appreciate it. And now, Cam Pippitt with his review on behalf of Denise Pringle, A Chorus Line.
I am Cam Pippitt, and I'm sitting in for Denise Pringle. Signature Theater's year-end holiday show this season is the Pulitzer Prize-winning A Chorus Line. The driving force behind this musical was the original director and choreographer, Michael Bennett. It has music by Marvin Hamlish and lyrics by Edward Claiborne, and a book by James Kirkwood and Nicholas Dante. But the stories of the cast members were inspired by the true life stories of Broadway dancers who got together to share their life experiences. The simple plot is a dance audition for 8 spots in a chorus line. Matthew Gardner directed and Dennis Jones choreographed this production, while John Kalbfleisch served as musical director. The cast is packed with gifted dancers who can also sing and brilliantly act, and bring each of these dancers touching stories to life as they take their turn in the spotlight. Samantha Marisol Gershman is a dynamic Diana as she belts out What I Did for Love. Singing Dance 10, Looks 3, Adina Ershow plays Val and delivers her humorous tale of plastic surgery to improve her looks and body in hopes that it will help her audition scores. Julian Wessel as Bebe, Kayla Piccone as Maggie, and Maria Rizzo as Sheila deliver a wistful and moving At the Ballet. Rizzo is a stunning Sheila, seemingly tough as nails, but who sheds tears at her disappointing audition results. Once again, she proves that she owns femme fatale roles. Matthew Risch is a commanding Zack, prying the intimate stories from the dancers. Ben Gunderson, as Bobby, gets to deliver the committing suicide in Buffalo would be redundant line, and Jeff Gordy as Paul tells a story that is truly heartbreaking. Jason Sherwood's set design is stark and simple. The most significant pieces are the mirrors, a long horizontal one that reflects the entire cast, and a couple of vertical ones for Cassie's solo. The costumes of Sarah Cubbage are casual and comfortable clothes for the audition, and the dazzling silver top hat and tails ensembles for the exquisite chorus line finale. The cast of A Chorus Line will be doing their high kicks at Signature Theater through January 5. Join the dancers to appreciate the audition process. You'll share their insecurities and disappointments and rejoice in their elation and accomplishments. You'll see how another musical has been given the unmistakable signature touch and scaled down to soar in their intimate space. I am Cam Pippitt, sitting in for Denise Pringle, and now back to the desk.
Nice report, Cam.
All right,
That's
nice
great.
job. Thank you, Cam, sitting in for Denise and his thoughts on A Chorus Line.
Yeah,
I think
love
he
that.
liked it.
I
You
think he did. I'd like to see it.
Good job, Cam. We appreciate it. Thanks. And Denise will be back when she's back. All right, here we go. As promised now, our News for Seniors segment, News for Seniors glasses in place. And oh my goodness, there it is. Recent studies have shown the benefits of soy, while other studies show some concerns about possible health issues. Learn the facts about this plant-based protein and how the positives may outweigh the negatives. You can join Master Food volunteers from Virginia Cooperative Extension for an information session on soy and soy proteins. That's coming up on Tuesday, November 26 at 11 in the morning at Langston Brown 55 Plus Center. They're located at 2121 North Culpeper Street. More information is available at this number on your screen now and in your ear, 703-228-6300. Miriam.
Thanks, Craig.
You bet.
A comprehensive estate plan in conjunction with a pre- and post-marital agreement can provide clear instructions regarding one's intent for the distribution of assets in the situation of blended families, remarriage, and divorce. Attorney Allison Matthey Lambeth specializes in complex estate planning with blended families. She will provide tips on how to anticipate a plan for these types of contingencies. That's on Monday, December 2nd at 1 p.m. at the Lee 55 Plus Center located at 5722 Lee Highway. For more information, call 703-228-0555. Craig?
And Miriam, also in our News for Seniors segment, need some legal help? Well, Legal Services of Northern Virginia provides free FREE, free confidential legal assistance to eligible seniors on a variety of issues, including Social Security, Medicare, medical housing laws, Medicaid, and insurance. Attorneys will be available. That's coming up on Tuesday, November 26th. From 10 to 11 in the morning at Walter Reed 55 Plus Center. They're located at 2909 16th Street South. To make an appointment and for more information, call them at this number, 703-778-6800. Miriam.
Sounds like a great resource. Thanks, Craig.
You bet.
Time magazine called genealogy one of the most important hobbies in America. Actually, it's quite popular as well. Local genealogy enthusiasts meet the fourth Tuesday of each month to share basic research tips and success in pursuit of genealogy questions. The next meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, November 26th, 11:30 a.m. at the Lee 55 Plus Center, located at 5722 Lee Highway. So for more information, just call 703-228-0555. And thanks so much to Judy
Thanks, Judy.
Mahasabni for the
Appreciate
wonderful
it.
stories for our seniors once again this week.
You bet.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, we'll be back with sign off and bye-bye right after this beautiful lady here presents us with another installment of her,
All right, pay attention.
and it is,
Sustainable
there
Skin.
you go. Here's Miriam.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of the Sustainable Scoop. In the DC metro area, we have planes, trains, and automobiles, and that's just the start. We are one multimodal society. And joining me today to talk a little bit about the future of modality is Chris Yeazel with a brand new company called Flare. Welcome, Chris.
Hey, Miriam, thank you so much for having me on the show. It's really an honor to be here and excited to join it tonight and talk more about Flare.
My friend, you are right up my alley. We have Amazon coming to our area, increased density. It's very complicated. Citizens are all up in arms about transportation. Tell us about your transportation solution.
Absolutely. So that's kind of what our focus is. There's three things we really want to improve in the area. The first is efficiency. The second is sustainability, and the third is safety. So kind of walk you through those three aspects of our operations and how we want to kind of address each one. So in terms of efficiency, we like to take people off the road. We like to encourage people to drive less vehicles. We have a shuttle service that transports 6 passengers at a time. We like to think that it will help take vehicles off the road. When we're taking vehicles off the road, that reduces congestion. That makes it easier for people to live without a car maybe in a neighborhood or neighborhoods that are kind of zoned where it's a little more challenging or parking's more challenging for people to have a vehicle or more than one vehicle. We think we can be an attractive amenity that'll make it easier for people to live in those neighborhoods and live without having a car.
A car can be really isolating sometimes, as you said, transportation with parking and things like that. It's almost stressful.
Yeah, you could say that. So we really think that we'll not only add value to neighborhoods where we can operate, but also reduce stress by kind of attacking congestion in neighborhoods where we operate. And also by doing that, maybe increase productivity. If people aren't driving cars or they're not stuck in traffic jams, they can be more productive during a day.
And everybody thought that Uber and Lyft were such a great idea when they came about. But, you know, I have not seen a reduction of traffic. I've seen a lot of confused drivers through all kinds of neighborhoods, and I've even heard some scary stories. So how does your service differ from a service like Uber or Lyft? I mean, you have to have drivers, right?
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's a great question. So a couple things kind of on pros and cons with ride sharing and how we're different than a ride sharing service like Uber or Lyft. With ride sharing, you'll see a lot more vehicles on the road. That makes not only congestion worse, it's tougher on sustainability. More vehicles is more CO2 emissions.
Your vehicles are electric vehicles. And it's funny, the same vehicle that I saw you had parked out at Columbia Pike is the same vehicle I saw that a lot of the big companies in Crystal City are using to shuttle around their guests. So tell me about that product.
Yeah, absolutely. So our vehicle, Polaris manufactures it. It's called the GEM E6. It's kind of the gold standard in electric shuttles like that. It's used on college campuses, on streets. It's a shuttle service at airports across the country. It's totally roadworthy. It's safe, zero emissions. It's all electric. And we put a lot of time and energy into choosing it, and we think it's a great fit for our service.
And you know, you and your partner, Andres?
Yes, Andres Delgado.
Okay,
Yep.
You guys have a very interesting background. Tell me a little bit about Andres and yourself.
Sure,
quick.
yeah, appreciate it. So we actually grew up together right outside Baltimore. I got into this world kind of to start with. I was an Army logistics officer for about 6 years. I did a tour in Iraq as a convoy commander, and that really exposed me to a supply chain that not only was dangerous, but it was also not very efficient and not very sustainable. So that experience made me want to tackle those challenges when I got out of the Army. So not only making the economy we live in less reliant on fossil fuels and kind of more sustainable energy solutions, transportation solutions, but also really looking at efficiency. And I think when we have less vehicles on the road, that allows us to have a much more efficient transportation system. So not only is that environmental benefits or safety benefits because there's less congestion, but again, it also allows people to be more productive because they're not stuck in traffic jams.
Well, it is all about logistics. The efficiencies that you can pick up by doing things in a smart city is something that we're trying to look at in this DC metro area. And one thing I hear over and over again is that last mile. And this is really critical to get people to public transit so that they can enjoy it as an amenity, as opposed to having to figure out how to either walk through the rain or call an Uber.
Absolutely. We really want to function in that space as a first mile, last mile transportation provider. Really at the neighborhood scale is an amenity that will connect residents, employees, folks who live and work in a neighborhood with retailers, restaurants, and especially transit centers, metro stops, bus lines. to be something that makes getting around from where they live to where they work to where they shop much easier.
That's a fantastic amenity. So how do people find out about your company and perhaps even if their business or their organization is interested in utilizing it, how do they get in touch with you?
Absolutely. So our website is www.flairrides.com, and people are encouraged to reach out to me directly. My email is chris@flairrides.com.
Okay, and then we'll have Andres on the show in a couple months and see how things are going. How's that?
Absolutely. Sounds great, Miriam.
Okay, great. Well, I want to congratulate you for this brilliant idea. I know you're going to be a huge success. It's certainly, definitely needed.
Thank you.
Thank
you
you
for having me on.
And I want to thank all of you for watching this edition of The Sustainable Scoop. I'm Miriam Gennari. Back to the news desk.
All right.
You like that, Craig?
Yeah, thanks, Miriam. That was good.
Hey, Craig, I have a question for you.
Okay, go ahead.
Who won the World Series?
Who won the World Series? Who won the World Series? Take a look at that cap.
I
Go
guess.
Nats.
Yes, go Nats.
I'm going to wear that thing every day.
No,
I
stop.
don't wear it to bed.
You want to
but
switch
anyway.
hats or are you good?
No, I like this one. This is
All
good.
right,
I'll
well,
keep
that's right.
this
Now
one.
you can tell us some Thanksgiving jokes.
All right, so we had some Thanksgiving items here that maybe we'd ask you some questions. Here's a Thanksgiving question. Gobble, gobble, gobble. What does Miley Cyrus eat for her Thanksgiving dinner? You know this one? Of course you do. Twerky. Okay. Twerky. Funny or not funny? There
I like
it is.
it. Use that one.
Miley
Use that
Cyrus.
one.
So you want to
You
do
don't
one
want
of
your
these
mom
here?
twerking,
No,
so
you
don't tell
don't.
your mother that one.
How about this one? What do you call a turkey on the day after Thanksgiving? A live turkey on the day after Thanksgiving?
I don't know. What do you call him?
Lucky.
You better believe it.
There's a lucky bird right there.
All right, I've got one for
Okay.
you. So why did the cranberries turn red?
I don't know. I guessed at this one and I was wrong. Go ahead. Shoot.
Because they saw the turkey dressing.
Turkey dressing.
How creepy.
Oh no! The turkey's dressing.
Oh gosh, Daniel didn't get to enjoy any of this fun.
That's
nor
what happens
Adele.
when you travel around and miss another week of the Arlington Weekly News on Wednesday nights here. I mean, what can I say?
Yeah, well, it's the holiday season, so we've got to
It is
get
the
ready
holiday
for
season, so-
Thanksgiving. Doing anything
From
fun?
all of us here at Don Hammond's Arlington Weekly News, we wish you and your families out there a happy, safe and family-friendly Thanksgiving. And we got to roll and get on out of here. So thanks again for
Absolutely.
sitting in and helping us out over there in the,
Always a
in
pleasure.
the air chair.
Always a pleasure.
Sitting in, and we look forward to you having coming back anytime soon.
All right.
So we got to go. Do we have time? We about ready? Is it time to go now?
Gobble,
How we doing?
gobble.
Okay,
Happy
so gobble, gobble.
Thanksgiving. Bye.
Have
Do
a
your
safe and
gobble
happy
again.
Thanksgiving.
There you go. See you next time.
See you next week. Have a safe, happy Thanksgiving.